Welcome, first of all, everybody, to Tried and Tested Show and Tell. I'm MrTriggs, and I'm here today with my partner in crime, Gemma Henderson of PMU Play. So, Gem, hey, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Very good. Gem, before we start, PMU Play.
Yes.
Amazing idea. Please tell us how you came up with it.
So it was through just years of buying every machine that every artist had, and I felt like I needed it. It changed their life, and it was going to change mine.
Oh, right, absolutely, of course.
And it doesn't always, you know, and I think that's the biggest thing that comes out of it, is that not every machine fits all. And so this idea comes from having every machine and then not liking some.
Yeah.
Some of my friends loved it, I didn't love it. So, and I think that's where it just came from. I just thought one day that we need something in this industry so that we can try it before we buy it. And so that's where it came from. And it was just
try before you buy.
Exactly. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing idea. It's great scope for people to, before they invest money, and it's often quite a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Before they invest, they can give it a little go, even if it's just for a week and they practice on latex at home. I got to tell you, I think it's an absolutely brilliant idea.
And that's it. And I think it is, and it is just, it's like having a play with it at home, having a play with it on models if we can. Obviously, you know, like it depends on what you want to use it for, but it's just knowing that you can pick it up and you can, like, you try it with your hands rather than just seeing what everyone else does, because it is, we are so different. Everybody's hands work so differently. And I think
absolutely, yeah. Everybody's pressure is really, really different. Everybody's, and you said, hit the nail on the head. Everybody's, you know, their hand techniques are different. Whether they use a whip or a pendulum or whatever you want to call the techniques that we employ to do our work. And I think the idea of being able to give it a go before you spend, even if it's a couple of £100, right up to a couple of £1,000, you know, it's a really good way of testing the water before you kind of plunge in. Brilliant, brilliant, love it. Okay, so today, we put our heads together and we decided that we'd start at entry-level machines and then kind of work our way up. Comparing usually 2, maybe 3 at a time, comparing budget, comparing ergonomics, lightweight, heavyweight, ease of use, etc., etc. Today we're going to look at the Giant Sun and the AccuPen. So the Giant Sun, I'm sure most people will be familiar with the Giant Sun. The AccuPen, maybe not so much. I started using the AccuPen probably about 4 or 5 years ago because I was looking for a pen that I could use with acupuncture needles, same as the Giant Sun. And at that time, I had never heard of the Giant Sun. Both of them obviously then designed to work with acupuncture needles. Very, very similar setups, Gem. Both have individual and disposable parts. Both employ the use of disposable tips and the little condom seals. Both are really lightweight. The Giant Sun with an adapter runs from a tattoo power plant. The AccuPen, though, runs through a USB port. A lot of extension leads come with USB ports, and they run straight from the mains. I've yet to find an adapter that will run the AccuPen through my tattoo power plant. And for me, those are that's a significant difference between the two devices, because when you're running your power through a power plant, a tattoo power plant, you have a huge range of speed, whereas with the AccuPen, the range is much smaller.
Yeah, agree. Yeah, 100% agree. Yeah.
Okay. So before we start, what is the purchase cost of the Giant Sun, Gem?
For rental, so the rental cost is £25 a week and £8.50 shipping, and that's for both ways. So we'll come and collect it from your house or from your clinic. So it's £8.50, and it's the same price for the PMU pen as well. So £25 for a week. Wow. So to try.
Bargain.
Bargain, exactly. Yeah. And you know, like all the prices are reflective of how much the machine costs, but we still prices really competitive because we want people to try them. Do you know? So for us, it's about trying to get people trying the machines. So for £35, you can try it for a week and you can see whether it works for you.
So Jen, all we need to do now is go away, play, and then come back and show and tell our evidence. So you could do some brows. I'll do some very simple exercises on latex.
That is perfect. Got them. I'm off.
You got them. Tell me, before you go, how easy did you find slipping on the little condom? Are you a dab hand at the condom?
Yeah, simple. I've got practice.
I have to say, they're fiddly little buggers, aren't they?
They are. And I think especially when you've got gloves on as well.
Yes, exactly. So we'll get back, we'll reconvene after we've done our work and our homework, and then we'll give everybody our findings. Okay? Brilliant.
So here we have on Tried and Tested today, on the one hand, the giant sun, and by comparison, the PMU pen, PMU acupuncture pen, both designed to take acupuncture needles. And we're going to take a look at them, see how they work. And we're going to start with the giant sun. So all the parts of the giant sun are disposable. You can see here that the barrel comes away in two sections, and inside is this little guy, and it's this little guy that the needle actually fits into. Like I said, all these parts are, you can purchase them individually and they're all disposable. So I'm going to start with the giant sun, and we're going to start with our needle, and I just like to poke a little hole. I don't like to touch the needle, and I always wear gloves when I do this. I'm going to take off the top of the barrel, pop that there. I'm going to pop my little friend down into the, if I can get it, there you go, down into the barrel. I like to use soft tip pliers just to make sure that that is in as far as it'll go and has some stability. And if you're worried about that, you can always take that part of the barrel off and check to see where exactly the needle is going. You can see that at the end. I'm going to pop this back on, put down my pliers, thread that through, and now I have my this little guy who's my little condom fella that you can see there. Here I have my disposable tip. And I'm going to pop my little condom guy into the disposable tip. And he fits in there nice and snugly. And then we thread the needle through condom guy. So make sure I gotta get it. There you go. And that slides in. You can adjust the length by moving the tip up and down. So we'll cover the needle for a second. Next we're going to talk about the leads. So here I have this is an inexpensive sort of entry-level Dragonhawk tattoo supply unit. It's already plugged in, so I'm going to pop it on. Very, very simple to use. And you can see right there's voltage. Here is a 6.3 stereo jack-to-jack lead. That's going to go into the out port, and the other end is going to go into this adapter lead. This adapter lead is 6.3 male, female on one end, and 3.5 male on the other end, which goes into our machine. Little press of the button, and I've got my power, which I can change here on the unit. And also we have 3 power settings and off on the side of the little handpiece. So 1, 2 and 3. There you go. Tip, seal, needle, and a very, very lightweight machine. Here we have the PMU acupuncture, of course. This is slightly different. This runs from a USB port, and the male jack is smaller than the 3.5, and I haven't yet found an adapter from this that I could use with a power unit. So this has to go directly into a USB port that's plugged from the mains, which I'll do now. So here's my little pen, on, off, and it has here, you can see S for slow, and then you can see the numbers go up to H for high. So before I start with that, the little plastic cuff is disposable, and you can purchase those separately. And then you have this little port, you can see right there at the tip. So we're going to take our needle, and slightly different to the giant sun, we have to make a little bend in the needle so that when we thread or feed the needle down into the port, the bend, like an S, supports the needle in the shaft of the port. And all I do when I'm doing that is I literally bend it in a sort of an S shape. Then I'm going to pop the needle out like I did before. Where is he? There you go. And again, I like to use soft tip pliers. Support him with my thumb. I pop him in there, look. And pop him down the support shaft. And again, I'm going to take my tip and my little condom guy, and again pop my little condom guy in the tip. There he is, all snug, and feed the needle through little condom guy, and gently pop him down over the ridged support shaft. I'll plug him in, and again on and off, and interestingly you can put the needle in and out by turning. You can see the arrow there and you've got millimeters. Quite how accurate those millimeters are, I'm not entirely sure, but you've also got your speed ranging from S to H. You can hear that machine there. So less range of speed and power with this little guy, but slightly more choice when it comes to how far you want your needle out. So there you have it. Two little machines doing exactly the same. Similar, very, very similar setup. I have to say, for me, there's not a lot between them when it comes to weight, and there's not a lot between them when it comes to setup. So there you go, Giant Sun AccuPen. So this is the Giant Sun setup, and I'm working at 3 volts. Super soft. Nice little pixels. Magic cleaner, berry liquid and grapeseed oil. And there's ×2 magnification. Barely anything there, which I absolutely love. Double pendulum, working away and towards. Twice the pixels, of course. Amazing. And now we're going to go to up the speed. This is from 3 to 4, 4.5. And I'm going to do a pixelated hair stroke. And the pixels shade out a little bit from the root of my hair stroke. Magic cleaner. Super soft, both the shading and the lining, really soft. I'm going to switch over to the AccuPen. The engine seems to sound faster. We'll go in with a little pixelated work first. It feels similar. The pixels just as tight and fine. And not an awful lot between them. Slightly stronger, I think. I'll do some pixel hair strokes. And some concentrated shading. And that was just one pass on those hair strokes, so I think that's definitely the stronger hit on this machine, the AccuPen. I'll do some hair strokes for you. I'll pop it up to a higher speed. Oh wow, those are in. Giant sun. Slightly lighter, but really not much between the two. So there you go. Giant sun, these two. AccuPen, these two, and then AccuPen hair strokes, machine hair strokes, and Giant Sun machine hair strokes. Out of the two, the AccuPen definitely has a much stronger hit than the Giant Sun, which seems to me to be slightly gentler and softer. However, we do have to take into consideration that the Giant Sun is being run from a tattoo power unit, and I could get the machine speed much lower. There you have it.
Okay, so Jen, what was your preference and what was your findings? What were your findings with the two machines? Tell me, because I'm dying to know what you think compared to what I think.
So they've both got pros and cons.
Yeah.
Do you know, and that's the biggest thing, that they've both got their plus points. I found the Giant Sun easier to use. Now that's, I think, because of the way that I use it on such a low speed. I think this one, because you haven't got that choice at this point to run it so slowly,
yeah.
I think that's where I find it quite scratchy onto this. But I think it's because it's the way that I work onto a Mac. Do you know, like I work such a low speed. This one worked better for me, and I got more pixels with this one than I did with that. Okay. I also, the way that I like my work to look is really pixelated. I don't like a really kind of saturated brow. So I think that's where this one comes into play, maybe slightly more because of that slower motion with my hand motions.
Yeah.
But I love that this one, you can bring up the needle up and down using the control.
Barrel control, yeah.
Yeah, I love that, because with this one you can't.
No.
So that's a pro point. And this one's slightly heavier, so it felt nicer when I was doing it. However, when I wiped, this one looks better.
Right, interesting. I actually agree entirely with you.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, and I think if we could find, or one of us could source an adapter for the lighter, then it would give the Giant Sun a run for its money.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
For me, I have to say, I would choose the Giant Sun.
Yeah.
Again, because of its range of speed. And also, did you use the AccuPen for hair strokes?
No, I haven't done that, but I can do that. I can try that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It might be worth both of us adding hair strokes as well as pixelating to our little test, and maybe we'll add a video on the very end once we've done this. I have to say I agree with you. I also felt that because the Giant Sun is so light, it is so easy to be gentle with it.
Yes.
You know? And I know there's not a lot of difference between the two, but I think one of the main differences between using a device with an acupuncture needle and using a device that has a spring-loaded cartridge is that the spring-loaded cartridges are slightly more forgiving.
Yeah.
When you work, you know, whereas with the acupuncture needle, it really is your hand pressure that's going to make all the difference. Do you get that?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that is. Yeah, no, it definitely is. And this, because because it is so light, you don't always feel as in control of it. So you have got to be overly careful with what you do. Do you know, so you come back and play with that pressure, because it is so light, you can get carried away with it and you don't notice.
Yeah, no, I so know what that feeling is like. You're having a lovely time, and before you know it, you've done another entire pass on the brow. So you do have to kind of be careful with them. I have to say one other thing that for me is a huge advantage, because I take machines with me on holiday because I like to practice even when I'm on holiday. And I just love the fact that the Giant Sun has a battery pack.
Yes.
Amazing. Now, the only thing I have to say is the battery pack does limit then the speed.
Right, yeah, of course it does, yeah.
Because you've only got the Giant Sun's preset speed options, which is 1, 2, and 3, right? And so it doesn't then, you can't drop the speed for pixelating down any lower than that when you're working, but it does mean you literally can take it anywhere. You can pack it up, stick it in hand luggage, or stick it in the hold if you're going, abroad and you like to take your stuff with you to practice, like I do, and it makes it super, super portable.
That's it, exactly. That's a real bonus, isn't it? Definitely.
It is a bonus. I mean, both devices are super portable. You're not lugging around a massive power plant with either device. But the fact that I think the Giant Sun has got a power plant does make a difference. So if I had you up against the wall, I was like, with a gun, tell me, Gemma, which one for you would it be?
Giant Sun.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, me too. And again, I have to say, there's not a massive difference between the two, but the Giant Sun has got the edge.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Bye-bye, babe. Bye-bye.